I real quickly put in a couple spots of repair, and you can see I don't drag this brush all through the woods. I repair it where I need to go and consider these brush speed bumps. I'm Justin Hitt from Prosperity Homestead. I promised you a little update. We were talking about trail maintenance and the agricultural use of ATVs on your trails. I want my trail full of fodder, basically. I want tree fodder on every side of the trail. I want no erosion, and somebody's decided to run a bunch of ATVs back here. So as I'm maintaining this trail, of course I have proper signage and everything, I'm coming through and dragging brush into the trail. See, I don't want turned up rocks and dirt. I don't want to see dirt. I want to see wood chips and stuff. So I can't bring a bunch of wood chips back here and dump it because I can't, well, with the ATV, I can get back here with the trailer, but I don't have wood chips to dump. So what we've done is we've laid brush perpendicular with the road. We've put the biggest end of the brush uphill and the lowest end downhill, and we try to make everything go the same direction. So everything kind of goes the same direction. Now, this does two things, as I mentioned in the previous video. It acts as kind of a buffer when it rains, and it keeps the water from coming down. And if you go across it slow with an ATV, let's say you got an ATV going about 5 miles an hour, or you're hiking, you can cross these no problem. Now look at that. Look at that. It could cause you to trip. Now, basically, if you walk over it and you're not talking to yourself, it's fine. Now, this is great to get stuff like this out of the way because we've got some brush that's fallen, and we don't want these little branches off to the side. Now, a lot of people, this one's been cut. So somebody's done a little clearing. When they cut it, you drop it in the trail like this. Actually, some of these have been cut or broken. We're just dragging them out in the trail. Now, you might be saying, Justin, somebody come flying through there with an ATV, somebody's gonna get hurt. Well, if they come flying through here with an ATV, yes, someone will get hurt. But again, this is an agricultural property, and my focus is on zero erosion. So that reduces erosion. And then we get to this corner. This is the project I was working on in the last video. I basically fan, because everything is across the road, I basically fan this through. And so if you drove through it carefully with an ATV, of course you slow down, you're not going to tread up the ground. Now, I should probably fan that out all the way up here, but it's getting dark. I need to roll. But all the way up here would be best to give me a good corner coverage. Where did the concept come from? Well, the colonial roads were simply like this. Every time they were running wagons down the woods, they would basically put down logs, much larger than this, because they would just cut down the trees around it, put in logs in the road in order to prevent the rutting and the mud that would show up on these roads. The same problems people have with ATVs, the same problems they had with covered wagons, is that people would tend to drive in the same slots. So when little ridges started forming, see those two lines? There's like two lines here. People tend to keep going through the same lines, which causes trenching, which then channels water and causes extra water to flow. What you want to do when you go up a hill like this is to zigzag up a little bit, go as wide as you can. And when you go around corners like this, you want to go nice and slow. So the key in here is that we want the land to last as long as possible. So if you go nice and slow around this corner, you're not going to pop an ATV tire. This is all rotten wood. But what's going to happen is a lot of this wood is going to basically get crunched down on the ground, providing a little blanket to protect the soil and to keep us from running up that soil. Now, yes, if somebody comes blazing through here like an idiot, they're going to work like speed bumps. But mainly what we're doing is pulling away this brush from the outsides. So once we get goats in here and the goats are thinning these woods out, they're going to kill a lot of trees anyway. All that brush, if it's not suitable for firewood, it's definitely suitable for erosion management. So we're either going to make brush dams, brush fences, or rolls of brush that will go down in places that are eroded. Now, later down the line, if this continues to be eroded and we don't resolve it by running a bridge across the middle here, then this will get gravel put on it, or it'll get exclude it for a while to let grass grow. But again, just wanted to give you an update. And this trail hasn't been ridden on yet because I'm going that way. But every little corner and switchback, that's what we do. And that will keep the trails down. Now, whether it's an ATV on it, whether it's people walking or some other traffic, we want the trails to stay in place so that we don't have erosion problems. I'm Justin Hitt with Prosperity Homestead, where we talk about land clearing, homesteading, getting your property up and going, and ultimately how to get the best ecological design so that we're maximizing the value of the land, we're improving the quality of the soil, we're rehabilitating regenerative farming and agriculture. Ask your questions at www.prosperityhomestead.org. Thanks for watching, and keep sending in those questions. I love those questions. That helps us with content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.